Tom Cruise is one of my most diverse and most intense actors working today, and mostly known for Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise's ridiculous stunts. So today we're going to look at some of Tom Cruise's most deadliest stunts. Before we get into this video, guys, if you guys like this video, guys want to see more videos like this on the channel, please hit that like button. It will help out this channel out a ton. And without further ado, let's get into it. So the Mission Impossible series, first things first, is what Tom Cruise is most known as, but also is where the big stunts really started. The big stunts started really in Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, mostly where Tom Cruise climbs the tallest building in the world. Now, just watching this sequence, the first time watching this on the big screen, my mind was literally blown. I'm like, oh my gosh, Tom Cruise, what on earth are you doing? And the scene itself is breathtakingly so intense and so white-knuckling because you know Tom Cruise is actually out there. Yes, he's on a wire, but he has to be because there's not actually attaching gloves. There's so many awesome sequences. And this entire scene is funny, intense, engaging, thrilling. I think that's the best way I can describe this sequence is thrilling. You put yourself in this situation. You put yourself in this moment. You put yourself into these shoes of these characters. It's fantastic. And this sequence really set the bar pretty well. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Tom Cruise was like, climbing the tallest building in the world? Nah, let's strap myself to a plane. And that's what he did in the opening of Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Tom Cruise is like, hey, let me just strap myself to a plane. That sounds like fun. And it definitely was. Might have not been fun for Cruise, but for the audience, it was breathtaking. And really, Tom Cruise is just a madman, just strapping himself to a plane, and just being like, nah, that's good. That's good enough. And I don't want to say every time I talk about a stunt, say the first time I saw this, my mind was blown. But seriously, the first time I saw this, my mind was blown because really, people say this is a gimmick or this is just something he does for publicity's sake, maybe, but it absolutely 100% adds to the action sequence or just the movie in general. It might be a gimmick. Actually, there's no might. It probably is definitely a gimmick, but it doesn't bother me because it really immerses you so darn much in the world. Fantastic. Love this sequence. Also, Tom Cruise decides, hey, let's do an underwater sequence so I can hold my breath for 6 minutes. I could barely hold my breath for a minute, maybe max a minute. But 6 minutes, Cruise, you are insane. The whole underwater sequence as well kind of has that tension because Benji has to get into this area in time, so Tom has to switch some cards around. Intense, visceral, and as an intensity rating scale, if I were to rate this, 10 out of 10 of this madness. But also, Tom Cruise is like, that's nothing. Let's ride a motorcycle like a madman. I think Tom Cruise has a fetish, I would say, with motorcycles because, yeah, he's insane when it comes to this motorcycle sequence. It's fantastic. I don't want to say the same thing over and over again for each stunt, but really, what can you say? It adds to the action sequence, the editing, the intensity, the direction of this scene. Perfect. Key, perfect moment. Mission Impossible Fallout. The key to his stunts. Let's jump out of a plane. Yeah, this took 175 takes. 175 takes to get perfectly done. I love this scene. This is the highlight, maybe the highlight of this film. I don't know, the helicopter sequence is great, but this is truly mind-boggling that Cruise was just like, you know what this film really needs? Me to jump out of a plane. I absolutely love this sequence. Tom Cruise also did a bathroom fight. He's very visceral. Like this part where he just charges this guy into a wall. Yeah, that's some pretty awesome stuff. Remember I talked about Tom Cruise is obsessed with motorcycles? We have a scene where he goes into motorcycles in oncoming traffic. When we look in the behind the scenes of this scene and you see how happy Tom Cruise is, you really do understand that you really learn that he does actually enjoy doing this. Yeah, he gets a paycheck, so that probably definitely does help. But he definitely does enjoy doing the stuff he does, and definitely does enjoying the stunts he does. And now but he also Tom broke his leg doing another stunt to jump off a building because Tom. Oh Tom. Oh, Tom. How many times do you guys think I can say, oh, Tom? But finally, the helicopter sequence. Tom Cruise driving a helicopter, again, like a bad man. Tom Cruise always driving a helicopter like a bad man. This is, first of all, it's gorgeous to look at. Brilliant. Now let's move on to the other mission. In Mission Impossible 2, Tom Cruise is like, let's put a knife to my eyeball. Just have it by a string. Mission Impossible 3, Tom Cruise is like, look how long I can run. Edge of Tomorrow. There's actually some really great stunts in Edge of Tomorrow. A lot of it you can see behind the scenes, and it just really shows the guy's focus and just commitment to this. He really does commit to these, not just the stunts or the roles, but the simplicity of each thing. It's so impressive. Oblivion, he rode a motorcycle. Jack Reacher, there's a car chase in the first Jack Reacher. Really great. It's really well shot, edited. You can see Cruise doing the stuff. And I think that's all the stunts I can remember talking about. And now Tom Cruise is now teaming up with NASA to film a movie in littler space. So that should be pretty fun. Those are some of the most deadly Tom Cruise stunts Tom Cruise has ever done. What do you think of these? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. If you guys like this video, hit that like button and subscribe and hit that post notification bell so you guys never miss when I upload another video. You guys can also check out my podcast I do every other Tuesday with a friend of mine. It's called the 2 Peas in a Pod podcast. You guys can also check out my Instagram at General_Daniel77. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. General out.